Well, more than 24 hours later, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office is still looking for a man they say got away from the back of their patrol car in Highlands Ranch.
Right. 9 News reporter Lauren Scafidi is following the story for us this morning. And Lauren, is there any update from the Sheriff's Office?
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says that there is no danger to the public this morning, but otherwise, it's the same story since Tuesday night. They still do not know where Alexander Rickard is.
He is described as a white male with long brown hair, glasses, a dark brown hoodie, dark pants, brown shoes, and handcuffs in the area of Highway 85 and Town Center Drive.
That's the voicemail the Sheriff's Office left Tuesday night for people living around Highway 85 and Town Center Drive. They also sent out text alerts about Rickard's escape. Deputies say Rickard had handcuffs because after he was arrested Tuesday night, the Sheriff's Office says he took off from the back of the patrol car. They haven't said how he managed to get away. Deputies set up a perimeter to look for him Tuesday night and even brought in helicopters with searchlights, but they couldn't find him.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office has canceled the previous instructions for Highway 85 and Town Center Drive due to the escaped male. It is believed the subject is not in the area and is not thought to be a danger to the public.
Message came shortly after the first. Again, the Sheriff's Office says there is no threat to the public this morning. Rickard was arrested on outstanding felony warrants for financial crimes and drug violations. The Douglas Sheriff's Office wants to hear from you. If you know anything about where he might be, call 911 or dispatch to reach out. Rickard is 29 years old, about 5'10" and 160 pounds.
Yeah, Lauren, I live in this area. I woke up to those calls and the text messages, and our neighbors talked about those helicopters looking for this person. There were, squad cars out all night, still didn't find him.
It's a little scary. It's not something that you're used to seeing, but Corey, we are in touch with the Douglas Sheriff's Office, and we will be in touch if there's any update.
Appreciate it. All right, Lauren, thank you.
New this morning, the motorcyclist accused of speeding more than 150 miles per hour on I-25 is now out of jail. Brendan Dietzman just posted bond a few hours ago. Weeks after he posted the video of him speeding on YouTube, Dietzman was booked into the El Paso County Jail. In the video, he was going up to 170 miles per hour between Colorado Springs and Denver. Police couldn't catch up to him that day. They did find him in Texas earlier this month, and he was extradited back to Colorado yesterday morning. Dietzman is facing 7 misdemeanor charges, including menacing and reckless endangerment, and it's not clear yet when his court date is.
When you get your ballot in November, you could see a question on whether first-degree murder suspects in Colorado should have a right to bail. A ruling from the state Supreme Court last year found people charged with murder must have a chance to bond out of jail. Lawmakers want to change that by asking voters to fix language in the state constitution. At the state capitol yesterday, no one testified against the idea. One mother shared her story saying she was blindsided when prosecutors told her the man accused of killing her daughter would be granted bail.
The judge set bail at $10 million, a bail amount that matched the severe nature of the crime. Yet it still felt wrong that bail was even an option afforded to this killer, no matter the amount.
Since the ruling went into effect, judges across the state have been setting extremely high bonds, amounts most defendants can't pay.
Saturday marks 2 years since Russia invaded Ukraine, and now the U.S. is preparing for new sanctions against Russia after the death of Vladimir Putin's most outspoken critic, Alexei Navalny. Russia is already under sanctions, but so far they have had little impact. Russia continues to do business with China, Iran, and North Korea. Meanwhile, Ukraine is asking the U.S. for more support. The Senate passed an aid package already, but it stalled while the House is on recess. Just a few months after that war started, we told you about a mechanic from Denver who picked up his life to move to Ukraine to volunteer in the war efforts. He's still in Ukraine, building a whole new life. We first met Sean Varnell back in 2022. He decided to go to Ukraine to help fix cars for the military and volunteers. Now he's formed a family there as well.
A lot more reason now to be here and to stay and to help than when I came here.
John's in the process of buying the garage where he does a lot of volunteer work on military vehicles. He says the soldiers have to pay for their own repairs. We have more information on our website about some of the other projects that he is working on.
New overnight, new humanitarian aid is coming into Gaza, but not from trucks. The UK and Jordan airdropped 4 tons of aid to a hospital in northern Gaza. It has medicine, fuel, and food for hospital staff and patients. They're calling it life-saving. Yesterday, UN relief workers stopped delivering food in northern Gaza because they say it's too big of a safety risk.
In just over a week, United Airlines will start flights between the U.S. and Israel again. United suspended flights after Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th. The plan is to start flights from New York and Newark next Saturday. Then flights from San Francisco, D.C., and Chicago could start this fall. United says that they talked to security experts and government leaders before making that decision, and they might adjust the schedule in the future.
Taking a live look at the White House right now, where President Biden is considering a new executive action for the southern border. The policy would make it harder for migrants to seek asylum if they enter the U.S. illegally. Former President Donald Trump tried to do something similar in 2018, but a federal court ruled he couldn't because an action like that could not override existing asylum law. President Biden hasn't made a final decision yet. It's 6:08 right now, and new this morning, survivors of the wildfire in Hawaii are dealing with a new challenge.
Yeah, more than 6 months later, some people say that they are starting to lose their eyesight. They say, remember all the smoke, dust, and debris whipping around during the fires? Well, doctors ran pop-up eye clinics right after the wildfires, but people are seeing bigger issues now, like 71-year-old Sanford Hill. He already had slow-moving cataracts, but a few months after the fire, his doctor diagnosed him with fast-moving cataracts. He lost 50% of the vision in his left eye and had to get it removed. Doctors say they're not entirely surprised.
The number one cause of cataracts is really just getting older, and so a lot of these patients are over 60. If you did have a direct exposure to high heat or trauma to your eye, that can also accelerate that cataract formation.
Yeah, this is pretty concerning. Doctors have not definitively connected Hawaii's wildfires to increased cataracts and other eye problems, but they do say they wouldn't be surprised if they are in fact linked.
New this morning, the government in Alberta, Canada, just declared an early start to their wildfire season. They're asking for more firefighters and putting new burn permit requirements in place. Usually wildfire season in Alberta starts in March, so this is just a few weeks early. And you probably remember last year, Canada's worst wildfire season in history, when smoke from Canadian wildfires made skies hazy all across the U.S.
And one thing you want to know about the weather today is a good-looking weekend is on its way. Even though some folks are seeing rain and snow showers right now, by Saturday we're mild again, 63 degrees with lots of sunshine. Even better on your Sunday, 67 degrees with sunny skies.
Ed, thank you. Right now, a live look at the mountains, looking a lot different than the metro this hour. I-70 in the Eastvale Chain Station, where we're seeing some flurries flying. We're seeing some slow-moving traffic as well. We've got definitely a coating of snow up there and some active chain and traction laws along the I-70 corridor if you're headed up that way.